All right, so this is part B of the lab wrap-up. This was a decomposition reaction. You can fill this in, which basically, remember, decomposition means that something more complex is breaking apart into things that are simpler, okay? Often into its constituent elements, but not always, all right? So hopefully you already watched the lab video where I did this for you. Basically, it was just baking soda in the test tube, heated it, and observed any changes that occurred during the heating. Okay, once the tube was cooled, mass it again. You can get those masses from the video. Okay, and you should have noticed here that this time the mass went down because something must have been escaping the system, which lowered the mass. Okay, all right, so this one is a little more complicated equation, so you probably couldn't figure this one out on your own, but basically this element here, sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate, we know it as baking soda that we use in the kitchen, decomposed into sodium carbonate, right? You're going to have to go back to your ionic naming, plus carbon dioxide gas and water. If you noticed in the video, you could clearly see the water vapor sort of forming on the test tube, okay? And on this one, I also forgot the energy term, so I'm going to add it up here because this is endothermic. Again, it was something that I had to heat to make it happen, all right? And then you can go ahead and balance this. This one's slightly trickier, but I think you'll be able to get it, okay? Particle diagram, same thing. You can use the Google drawing tool, is really nice, or you can just hand draw it. You don't have to draw anything for energy. You can just put it. And then word equation, just be careful of the names of these things, okay? You need to go back to what we did back in Unit 6 for the naming. All right, so just as a hint for this one, sodium bicarbonate, because it has that H in it. And this is sodium carbonate. And then, of course, this carbon dioxide and water, you know, okay? And don't forget in your word equation to say how many moles of each thing that there were, all right? And again, this one's another endothermic pay me now because you had to input energy to make it happen. All right, that is that.